Do you remember the good old days when they sold vegetables on the side of the road before it was ammo, guns, and silver? And do you remember when that foam wand used to crank out so much foam so easily? Well, the old foam wand has one fatal flaw. That is, it can't be maintained or repaired. So in this video, we're going to show you a new version of the foam wand, a quick assembly, and how to have something that's going to be maintainable, and you're going to be able to keep this at its maximum working efficiency. The telltale sign that it's time to do maintenance to your foam wand is when the volume has gone way down, maybe the foam structure isn't holding up quite as well, or as you see here, the pressure is approaching or over 100 psi. At this point, we've reached almost the maximum pressure that our water pump can pump, and this becomes problematic as we can't maintain the right mixture of foam and water. At some point, we're going to have to change wands. One solution is to install a threaded fitting to be able to open up your foam wand and work on it. However, as you can see, there's extreme difficulty when assembling or disassembling this type of foam wand. So why are we going through the trouble to make a foam wand that can be taken apart? Well, in this next clip, we'll see why. As you see, the pads, which were packed all the way to flush with the white fitting, are now a good 2 inches down in the pipe. And this occurs, the higher you have to turn the pressure, the more packing it's going to do. And the more packing it does, the higher the pressure is going to have to be. So we've got to remove these pads. So we look at the first pad, and it's reasonably clean. It's compacting, but it's okay. The second pad, and we see we got a little bit of trash right there, but the pad still looks okay. The next pad, it's getting pretty compacted and it feels pretty stiff. Getting a little hard around there. Now our fifth and final pad. Now notice the corrosion that's taking place in here. We got all this blackening around the nail. We've got a lot of compacting through here. And you notice how it's actually starting to fold around the nail at the end of the foam wand. The same kind of thing happens if you don't have the little nails. The plug will slide all the way to the very bottom of the cap, right against this hole, and when it gets against the hole, it reduces the amount of surface area that the foam can come out, and that causes your pressure to go up and reduces the amount of foam you can make, and it affects the quality of your foam. This may be kind of difficult to see, but all the rest of this pad is nice and soft, but up here along the compacted edge at the outlet, it's very stiff, very compacted. You could try to loosen that by hand or just simply cut or tear off this section of compacted material and then stuff it back into the wand, and it's really going to be okay for a while. The parts to build version 2 of the foam wand consist of 2 PVC caps, 1.25 inch in size, preferably flat, 14 inches of 1.25 inch PVC cut in a 2-inch length and a 12-inch length, a PVC union, 4 stainless steel nails, and 5 fine or ultra fine stainless steel wool pads. Assembly. First, take both of your PVC caps and using your drill and tap set, drill a hole in the center of each cap and tap the threads into the fitting. Next, you're going to need to take your stainless steel nails and cut them to length to fit exactly inside of the 2-inch piece of pipe at one end, as well as the other end of the 12-inch piece of pipe. Next, apply primer to the inside of the cap and the end of the 2-inch piece of PVC where the stainless steel nails are installed in a cross pattern. Apply glue and slide in. Then apply primer to the other end of the PVC pipe and the PVC union. Again, apply glue, push and twist in and hold for 20 seconds. Now apply primer to the remaining end of the PVC union and the end of the PVC pipe that has no nails in it. Apply glue and push together, twisting, hold for 20 seconds. Now take your fine stainless steel wool pads and roll them over in the short direction and stuff them one at a time into the pipe. Now, cutting 2 more stainless steel nails, insert them through the drill holes at the far end of the PVC pipe to hold your pad in. Apply primer to both the cap and the end of the PVC pipe. Apply glue, push and twist on and hold. And for your final step, you're going to take your 1/4 inch NPT to 3/8 tubing slip adapter, and you're going to thread those into the ends of your caps. If they don't come with a rubber seal or Teflon already applied, you're going to want to apply Teflon tape to those. And there you have it, Foam 1 version 2, ready to go. Most typically, even though these unions do a very good job of sealing, I choose to put the input from the foam machine into the opposite end of the foam one from the PVC union. The idea being that the pressure will be lower at the outlet of the wand than at the input, and thereby reducing the chances of it leaking, because a major failure point of a wand or any part of the system before the wand is a small leak where the air is able to get out and the water continues on through. At the next Terlingua School of Alternative Building, we're going to be learning how to build an entire structure from the ground up for $30 to $36 per square foot off-grid. That includes making not only foam wands, but the entire foam machine, laying the foundation, doing the engineering, and making AirCrete properly, designing a solar power system, and wiring the structure, as well as worm composting toilet systems for responsible wastewater management. Yes, everything that you need in a hands-on, practical, rapid-fire experience to be able to build a fully functional first world home with air conditioning and heating.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty.